Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the Biscuit in the Basket Production Network. Today we're getting set to start our seeding games for the West Side Regionals Girls Tournament in 2025. Our first game will be the Hudsonville Eagles doing battle with the Jenison Wildcats. The winner of this game will go on to play the winner of our next game, which is the Rockford Rams versus the Grandville Bulldogs. So the winner of those two games will play at the end of the day today, and that will be for first place in the West Side region. They'll play the fourth seed from the East Side region. That tournament's also going on right now. Now the loser of these two games will play, that will be our third game today, and those two will be playing for third place in the region. Regardless, you could lose out today, and guess what? You still made it to states. So today's pretty much just trying to get, obviously, it's just trying to get better seeding. Because the better seeding you have going into states, the easier you will to be a top, or easier path it will be for you to be a top team. But we'll have to wait and see how all that goes.
Welcome to this morning's regional semifinal between Hudsonville and Jenison.
Oh, yes. And if you are looking to watch the Eastside Regionals, in the description of this video, there's a link to our second channel where Mr. Biscuit in the Basket himself has a stream going for the Eastside Regionals. I'll also try to give periodic updates if I remember to say something about the scores of those games. The players are entering the water. We're getting set to start our first game. Again, this is the Hudsonville Eagles, head coached by Ian Hewitt, versus the Jenison Wildcats, coached by Spencer Sanders. There's the whistle. The sprint is underway. Winning the sprint will be number 11 on the Eagles. That's Grace Vanderberg. That one was a close one. The ball got tipped by ball sprinters, but Vanderberg was able to swim through it and corral that one. Now Hudsonville setting up their offense. Doing a good job of cycling the ball around. Right now they're running a traditional 3-3, but they've got some drives going, so it's kind of nope, they're back to a 3-3. They just had good player movement. Now a long shot taken from the right side flat, hits the post, 50-50 ball, and it's going to go the way of the Wildcats. Ordinary foul, has the ball out on the wing, looking to make a pass, can't quite get a handle on the ball, gets fouled again. Long pass up to the right side flat, kicks it back down to the wing, tries to find it to a driver, gets it down to her, makes a move, steps out, shoots, and that's going to be tipped by Lanninga, so that'll be a 2-meter because she tipped it out of the field of play. So Jenison will get a fresh shot clock and retain possession. Pops it, puts it in play. Has a driver coming. Let's see if they can make something out of that. decides to kick it up top. Looking to get the ball down in center. Makes an attempt, gets it down there. She kicks it out to the wing. She didn't have a good look. Ordinary foul inside 6. She has to pass. She has a driver coming. Let's see if she can get it down to her. She pops it. Now she gets it down to the driver. Fighting for the ball. Who kicks it right back out. 7 seconds on the shot clock. They got to hurry here. Tries to draw the foul. She does. She's well outside 6. She can shoot. That's about the only thing she can do right now. Fires one out of the field of play, and that's going to be a turnover. Eagles ball. The Eagles in their game against West Ottawa yesterday, their pressure defense leading to their offense was just a phenomenal thing to watch. And now we're seeing that quick in this game. That shot was taken just off the post. Now it's going to be Wildcats ball. But this Hudsonville offense, they are so efficient at setting up on offense. And with their two phenomenal people who they can have in center, sometimes they have them both in center at the same time with Zank and Lanning. Their offense is pretty unstoppable. Right now they're working on shots from the outside. But I'm assuming soon enough we're going to start seeing these passes down to one of these center players. They're just letting them do their thing in center. Long pass up to a driver. Jenison right now is big on having this offensive player movement, which obviously is great to have because it tires out a defense. Ordinary foul, 3 seconds. She's inside 6. She can't shoot. Passes it. Long pass over. That's going to be intercepted, and Hudsonville has numbers coming the other way. Long pass up the pool. That's Feenstra. She has a great opportunity to get in front of her defender. She's fighting for position. She decides to step out, back, shoots, and ooh. She didn't quite get that position she wanted against the defender, so she stepped back and tried to take a shot, but she was just a bit on her back, and that one went out of the pool, so that's going to be turnover, Wildcats ball. They had drivers going the other way, but they slow up a little bit, and they're setting up their offense. Now they get a pass down in the center. They have a one-on-one matchup down there. Step out from the center, shoots, and ooh, what a great save there by Lanninga. That was a nice move in center by Kylie Coffey. She had a step out and shot over her defender. That was Vandenberg, but couldn't quite get enough snap on that to find its way into the back of the net. Now Hudsonville wasting absolutely no time getting their offense set up. They've got drivers on drivers. They're a little bit crowded in center, and a bad pass, and because of all that crowding they had in center, there was a whole lot of defense. They were ready to steal that one. So that's going to be a turnover going Jenison's way. Long pass up the pool. They're getting it to the center player, who's about the only one in offensive position right now. She was fouled. She has to pass it out. Kicks it out to the right side wing. Long pass. It's going to take some seconds off the clock. They don't have a lot left. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Passes it up to the flat. She's looking for a foul, but she's outside 6. She can't shoot. Takes a long lob shot and puts it into the back of the net. Oh, man, what a shot there. That'll be our first goal of the game. Jenison leads 1-0. That shot was by number 10, Kendall Muir, putting the Wildcats on the board and taking an early lead over this Hudsonville squad. They had a foul late in the shot clock down in center. She kicks it out to her right side flat, strong flat, who just fires a lob shot because Lanninga was fully near side in that cage. So she just fired a cross cage lob shot and was able to put it in the back of the net. That was a perfectly placed shot there by Muir. Now Hudsonville looking to rebuttal here to keep this game knotted at 1. Or to get this game knotted at 1, I should say. Pass up to the long flat. Takes a shot. And a good save and corral there by Adeline Brown. That shot hit her about right in the chest, and she was able to just plop it down and swim it out of the way. Now a long pass up the pool. She hits her person, but a little bit behind her. She had to slow up. But now another driver coming. She's got great position. Ooh, could have been a ball under there. Kicks it out. Got a wide open shot. Shoots, fires. Oh, what a save. Oh, good ball movement there by Jenison, but a great job of, even though they were at a bit of a disadvantage, the Hudsonville defense, they were able to shut down the opportunities that the Wildcats have, and ending that play, even though it ended up with a 2-meter. At least Lanning had a great save. So now the Wildcats, have a fresh shot clock. Pass down in the center. She's fouled. Kicks it back out to the wing. Tries to go for a lob shot from the weak side wing, but that's not always the best shot to take. And Lanninga read that one very well. Easy save for her. Hudsonville getting the ball down to center. And now able to draw a kick out. That kick out's going to be on number 20 for the Wildcats. Ellie Drayton. Drawing it was number 11, Grace Vandenberg. She had a good move down in center. Oh, no, excuse me. 5 meter was called. Okay, that also makes sense because she was right down in center. So shooting this 5 meter will be, I believe, yep, number 24, Addie Lanning. Fires it, back of the net, scores, and that'll be Hudsonville goal. Now we're all tied up at 1, and a great shot there by Addie Lanning. She just missiled that one. Left side, obviously she's a right-handed shooter, so left side's always your best shot opportunity on a 5 meter, just because you're going across your body, and that's not what the goalie's easiest block is going to make because that's not the easiest read for them. Now we're all tied up at 1, 2:25 to go in this first quarter. Jenison continuing to just have crazy amounts of driving and people movement on offense, which is great to have because it keeps the defense on their toes, and they can't have people at set positions on defense. But now a contra foul is going to be called. The center offensive player was getting a little too grabby with the defender, so it's going to be a turnover. Hudsonville has the ball. They're looking to take the lead for the first time this game. Long pass up the pool. They're going to slow down and let their offense set itself up. Jenison running a huge drop defense right now. Pretty much everybody on the perimeter is not being pressed. Now a shot taken from somebody who wasn't being pressed on the perimeter, but it was a little low, and reading that very well was Brown. But right now the Wildcats do not want this ball to end up in center, so they're leaving everybody up at the perimeter basically unguarded. Ordinary foul inside 6. Kicks it up to the point. Looking to get the ball down in the center. She does. Let's see what move the center offensive player can make here. She draws a foul. Not always what you exactly want to do down in center. Now a long shot taken. A couple more seconds on the shot clock, but not a whole lot of opportunity there. That's, for all practical purposes, a pass to the goalie. And now good opportunity here for Hudsonville with Lanning swimming into center. Now she has that one-on-one opportunity, shoots and scores. And see, that's why Jenison right now is running this drop defense like crazy, is because when Lanning has a one-on-one down in center, there's not much you can do about it because she's just such a dominant player. And just with that, she has that one-on-one opportunity. She gets the ball, steps out, gets about a meter of separation between her and her defender, and buries it into the back of the net. And when she was at 2 meters, there's not much Brown can do about that. Hudsonville now has the lead. 2-1 is our score. Hudsonville doing a better job right now on defense of stopping a lot of these Jenison drives. The best way to do that is just get in front of the person so they can't make that move towards wherever they're trying to drive. They're still getting some movement though, but now with 10 seconds on the shot clock and a lot less people movement, the Jenison offense is looking a little bit more stumped. Ordinary foul well outside 6. She can shoot. She doesn't have a whole lot of opportunities. Take a long cross-cage shot, and that was not a bad shot, but from her angle, that was a hard one to make. So it's going to hit the end line and be Hudsonville ball. Now a long pass up the pool to a wide-open Zank, and she's going to draw the 5 meter, I believe. Yep, she was able to cut right in front of her defender and got her on her back, got up to shoot, got fouled, and that's a easy 5 meter call. So Lanning will be shooting this one as well. If she scores this one, she'll have a hat trick already. Fires it. Oh, man, it's saved. What a save by Adeline Brown. She read that shot perfectly. She was all over Lanning's shot on that 5 meter. And anytime a goalie makes a save on a 5 meter, that's very impressive. But when Lanning's the one shooting it, she has a cannon of an arm. So that one's definitely going to be a little sore for Adeline Brown. Now Jenison wasting no time to getting set up on offense. Takes a long shot, tipped out of bounds by Lanninga. So that'll be a fresh shot clock for the Wildcats. Now the shot clock's turned off. There's 14 seconds to go in this quarter. So Jenison's going to be playing for the last shot. Looking to tie this one back up at 2. Ordinary foul out on the wing still. So looking to get the ball down into the center. She does. Ordinary foul in center. Kicks it back out to the wing. Takes a long lob shot. Tipped up and unaware of the shot clock. The Jenison squad got the rebound, but didn't see that there was only 2 seconds left on the shot clock. She had a good shot opportunity, but looked to make a pass, and that one killed the quarter. So at the end of our first quarter, right now it is the Hudsonville Eagles up 2-1 over the Jenison Wildcats. Keep it here on the Biscuit in the Basket YouTube network. We'll be back. All right, everybody, we're getting set to start this second quarter here. Right now, the Eagles are leading the Wildcats 2-1. There's the whistle. Sprint is underway. Winning the sprint will be number 4 for Jenison. That is Lily. They get fouled quick, gets the ball down to center. They have a one-on-one look. Takes a step out sweep shot. Good shot, but she had a little too much spin on her sweep shot and sit a little bit too wide left from the goal. So that would be out of the field of play. A turnover, Hudsonville ball. The Eagles wasting no time. Now they're looking like they're running their double set. Gets the ball down to Zankin, their left side center. Kicks over to Lanning. Loses a handle on it, but keeping possession is the Eagles. Now long shot taken and tipped by Brown. That was a great job getting a offensive rebound by Vandenberg, and she was uncontested with Jenison running, with the Eagles running this double set. There's going to be even more drop right now from the perimeter defenders. Now a lob shot taken from the wing, and trying to get the rebound was Zink, but she's called for a contra foul, so that's going to be turnover. Jenison gets the ball. So the first quarter, the Eagles were running a traditional 3-3 offense. Now they're running a 4-2 with their two holes being Zink and Lanning. Pass down into center for Jenison. Offensive player trying to get a ball. She can't quite get a handle on it. And an ordinary foul is called. Oh, she's getting whistled. She has to take the ball outside of 2 meters before she can put it back into play. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Somebody's got to move. They do get a pass off, taking a long lob shot. And ooh, that one was a little bit better of a shot than I thought it was. It hit the top post. I thought that one was going to go out of the field of play, but it hit the top post and almost barred down into the net. But a save there for Lanninga. Now Hudsonville has a bit of a counter opportunity the other way. Nice move there by Finch to spin in front of her defenders. Lost a handle on the ball, but she dropped it herself and then was fouled, so that wasn't a 5-meter call. A lot of drop here up top for Hudsonville. They've got space to make the ball move. And doing a good job of cycling the ball around, but they were cycling a little too much. Didn't see the shot clock, and that'll be a shot clock violation going the Wildcats' way. They're still down by 1, looking to tie this one back up at 2. Coach Sanders just grabbed the timeout horn in case he's not seeing what he likes. Still getting a lot of whole offensive drives down into center for this Wildcat squad. Ordinary foul. Now another drive's coming, but the defender is doing a good job of staying between the ball and the driver. But now a kickout's coming. That'll be a kickout on number 2, Tuttle. Let's see what the Wildcats can do with this. A man advantage. Gets the ball down to a post, but good crash defense by the defender. The Wildcats are cycling the ball around good right now. It's just a whole lot of wing to wing. Had landing go off her hips. Could have taken a shot there. Decided to pass it again. Now back down to the wing. Taken in field block. Oh, what a field block. Can't see the cap on who that one was. Shot taken and hits the post. That field block. Credit that one. That was number 9, Emily Feenstra. And a great job to shut off the opportunities that the Wildcats had on that man advantage. They were, the Eagles' defense was making it so they pretty much only had a wing-to-wing pass, and those ones are hard to make. Now with a good opportunity right here, the Eagles takes a shot, cross cage, puts it, just on the post. That was a good look there for number 16, Oosterbond. She had a nice shot, tried to go cross cage with it, which is always the good shot to make, but didn't get enough of an angle, and it hit the post and was able to be easily corralled by Brown. Long shot taken from the post. A good shot placement, but a little too far away, so Leininger had a lot of time to react and was all over that one. 3:30 to go in this first half. Shoots and scores. Wow, what a great play there. That was number 2 on the Eagles, Riley Tuttle. She got the ball up at the left side post. And because of all this drop defense that the Wildcats are running, she was able to just take that space. And if you're a perimeter player and you're given that much space because of a drop, and you start to slide up and your defender doesn't come up to you, they're not treating you as a scoring threat. So what you have to do is become one. So she slid up, took all that space that she was given, got up and fired that one in the back of the net, and that's exactly what she had to do right there. That's going to put Hudsonville up over the Wildcats 3-1. Now a timeout taken by Coach Spencer Sanders. Get his team to take a breath. Obviously, this Hudsonville offense is going to tire them out defensively, and they move a lot on offense. So a breather is always nice for them. And also, he's going to get a little bit of play drawn up. Obviously, they run drives already without having plays called. So it'll be interesting to see what they get called up or drawn up for this one. Alrighty, the Wildcats are taking their offensive position. Got some drives in center. They had a little bit of a double center going, but now there's not a whole lot of open players. And so this ordinary foul that started at 8 meters, that player just got kind of pushed back. Now she's at mid-pool looking for someone to get the ball to. 15 seconds on the shot clock. She's still at mid-pool. Finally gets the ball down to a driver who's going to the right side wing. Looking to get it down into another driver in center. Steps out, makes a good shot, and lobs it over the head of Landing. Wow, what a shot there. Credit that goal, number 4. Lily Duval. She had a good drive, got the ball, and did almost a hook shot style lob shot over the head of Elise Laninga. And that'll pull Jenison back within one. Our score is 3-2. So the Jenison Wildcats offense looked a little flat on that play, but at the very end they had a great drive, and that's all it took. Now ball down to Lanning. She has no defender on her. Oh, hits the post! And Jenison's going to be able to swim away with that one. Credit that still to Lily Duval. Wow. Lanning was all by her lonesome down in center. She had defenders coming to help, but it was just her and Brown, and she hit the post on her shot. Now Jenison working their way up the pool quick. Ordinary foul inside center. She can't shoot. Kicked it out. Gets the ball back down into center. Looking to step out. Shoot. Ooh. Great move there by number 3 on the Wildcats, Kylie Coffey. And now Lanning with a counter opportunity herself. She's looking to redeem herself from that last shot that hit the post. Steps out. And they call a contra foul on her. She pushed off a little bit too above water. Now ball going back Jenison way. Now a ball under force. Credit that one to number 3, Taryn Zink. She saw the defender had the ball. She was holding it above the water. You never want to do that because someone can swim up behind you and push the ball under. And because your hand is the one physically touching the ball, it's going to be a ball under on you. Ordinary foul. The Eagles are setting up their offense. They have a full umbrella this time, but they are running this 4-2. Ordinary foul. Inside 6. She can't shoot. Kicks it down to the wing. Kicks it back up to Feenstra at the flat. Tries to take a shot, but didn't matter. There was a contra foul called. I believe it was in center. Must have been another push off or inside 2. I couldn't really tell. Jenison with another opportunity to tie this one up. But the Eagles defense has been pretty shut out these last couple minutes. 1:03 to go in this first half. Ordinary foul. She's inside 2 meters. Probably should have had to pull that one out. Gets a long pass over to the center. And a great defensive play there by Addie Lanning. She saw that pass coming and swam to where the ball was going. Swam through it. And now a long pass up to a driver, but nobody saw it. And it's a race 50-50 ball. Who's going to get this one? It's going to be Wildcats swimming away with it. Credit that steal to number 4, Lily DeWall. Quick step out, shoots and scores. Wow, what a play there. Ordinary foul on the right side wing. Gets the pass up to, she was playing at about the left side flat. Number 3, Kylie Coffey, sees her defender. She didn't even try to draw an ordinary foul. She just got the ball, stepped up, and fired that one cross cage over to the right side and past the hands of Lanninga. That's going to tie this game back up at 3. I don't believe Hudsonville has scored this quarter. Long pass over to a driver, Feenstra. She's wide open, swimming up right in front of the goal. Looking to make a move, pumps, fake, shoots, and buries it near side. Great play there. She was left all alone on that weak side wing. That was number 9, Emily Feenstra. She got the ball and started driving towards the goal, got in front of her defender, kept her on her back, got up, could have drawn a 5-meter, but decided she wanted this one and put it in the back of the net right over the hands of Brown. She jammed it near side, but when you're face-to-face with the goalie, there's not much they can do about that if you put the ball outside of their reach. So Hudsonville now with the lead. 2 seconds to go. Got to fire a long desperation heave. And it scores from mid-pool. Oh, my goodness. Kylie Coffey with a lob shot over the arms of Elise Lanninga. Buzzer beater lob shot. Oh, man. Wow, what a way to end the half. Tied up 4-4, Hudsonville and Jenison. And a crazy lob shot from mid-pool makes it over the hands of Elise Lanninga. Wow, what a shot. Oh boy, what a phenomenal first half from both teams. I mean, that was just a fun first half. And guess what? We got a whole nother one coming up for us in about 4 minutes. Keep it here on the Biscuit in the Basket YouTube network. We'll be back. Welcome back, everyone. We're getting ready to start resume this crazy game between the Eagles and the Wildcats. We're right now tied at 4-4. If you missed it, to tie it up with 2 seconds to go in the half, Kylie Coffey had a crazy lob shot from mid-pool over the arms of Landinga, who honestly I don't think was expecting a shot. She was a little upset with herself from that shot, but with 2 seconds to go, the ball off of a restart, you're not really expecting a shot to come your way. Oh, also right now, Eastside update. If I can pull it up quick. Right now it's 4-1 Skyline over Pioneer at half. For those of you interested in the east side of the state, there's the whistle. Our sprint is underway. And winning the sprint is the Wildcats. Credit that steal to number 4, Lily DeWall. Jenison looking to get back in the lead of this game. They were leading 1-0 at one point. Pass down into center. Ordinary foul. She has the ball. She can get it to a driver. Gives it back into center. Ordinary foul, inside 6, she can't shoot. Passes it out to a wing, trying to get back to good position in center. She has it, losing the handle on it in wing, almost turns it over. Bad pass, 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. They've got to hurry here. Some Hudsonville players are already getting back. That's Landing and Zank. And good pressure defense from the Eagles is going to force a shot clock violation. And that's going to be a turnover, ball coming the other way. It's Zank and Landing playing a 2-on-2 right now, and those are the numbers games they love. But slowing up, getting good job by the Wildcats to get back on defense. But all by her lonesome was Feenstra. She slides up, takes a shot. No, excuse me. That was number 2, Tuttle. Feenstra gets the rebound and draws the ordinary foul, so Hudsonville's going to have a fresh-ish shot clock and get the ball back. Cycles it up, gets it down to center. That's Zank looking to step out. Draws the ordinary. Kicks it up to the point, who's all by her lonesome. Fires one, and just a bit off the mark. That was a good look there for number 16, Oosterbahn. She missiled one. That shot was zooming, but just a bit off the mark, and that one flies out of bounds. Now, bad pass almost led to a turnover, but corralling it was Walmer. Long, bad pass. She was trying to get it to a driver, but that's going to be into the hands of Feenstra on a turnover. Getting the pass over. She's a little open on the wing. Kicks it back up to the point. That's Feenstra. Hudsonville's back to a 3-3 offense. The 4-2 wasn't working too well for them last quarter. Gets it down to Landing in center. Kicks it out to the wing. Good crash help there from Jenison. Now because of this crash, there's a whole lot of people open up on the perimeter. That's Feenstra. Takes a last-second shot, but right into the hands of Brown. Right now, the Eagles have to be more confident in these outside shots. If they're running this 3-3 and Jenison still giving them that big of a drop, there's going to be a lot of people open up at top, and they just have to be comfortable taking these shots from the perimeter. Long pass. Ooh, nearly stolen, but saying she swam over the defender, so it's going to be ball staying with the Wildcats. Very, very widespread umbrella right now, but very cramped in center. Long stretch shot taken. That was number 10, Muir. And now with a counter opportunity going the other way. Can she get the pass down there? She does. Perfectly placed on the money. That's the Tuttle. She's swimming. She's off to the races. Hudsonville has numbers and drawing the 5-meter. Ooh. Spencer Sanders is very upset with this call, but that one did look like it could have been all ball on that. But regardless, 5 meters taken, or 5 meters called, and taking it will be Addie Landing. She did miss her last one. Brown saved it. Shooting this one, and wow. That one just teleported from her hand to the back of the net. There is nothing Brown could have done about that. And she had a great lunge. She got big. She covered a whole lot of the goal, but not much she could have done about that one. And so that's going to put Hudsonville back in the lead. 5-4 is our score right now with 4:48 to go in this third quarter. Ooh, nearly stolen off the first pass on the restart. Jenison's got to stick with what's working for them. You got to get these movement on offense. Gets the ball down to center, but a bad pass and a nice defensive play there by Riley Tuttle to work her way in front of that pass and get that ball. Not giving Muir a chance to even get a hand on it. Now Hudsonville moving quick the other way, and that's going to be a kick out coming up. Swimming over defender was Coffee, and that's going to be a kick out on number 3. And now a quick timeout taken by Coach Ian Hewitt. So Hudsonville with a man advantage and a full fresh shot clock. They're going to take a timeout, get a breather for a moment. This game has been back and forth, back and forth. So take your breath, or catch your breath, relax for a moment. Let's drop a nice little 6-on-5 play here, and let's put this lead to 2 goals as opposed to the 1 right now with Hudsonville on top of the Wildcats 5-4. So with this timeout, we're going to step out for a moment. Keep it here on the Biscuit in the Basket YouTube network. All right. Let's see what the Eagles have got drawn up from that timeout they had on the 6-on-5 play. They're cycling the ball around right now. They're running almost a traditional 3-3 offense. Ball gets down to center, field blocked. Wow, all right, great field block there. You can credit that to number 14, Riley Hansen. But getting the rebound, because it plopped right in front of her face, was Taryn Zank. And then it was pretty much just a one-on-one play for her down in center. And, well, that's an opportunity she loves, and she buried that one. So that'll be Hudsonville now has a 2-goal advantage. 6-4 is our score with 3:59 to go in this third quarter. Wildcats looking to pull this one back within 1. Great pressure defense here by the Eagles. Gets the ball, trying to get it down to a driver, but just a bit off the mark. And, oh, they call a kick out, even though a goal came, so that kick out's going to come on number 9, Feenstra. That's an unfortunate kick out as Coffee was still able to put a shot on target. Regardless, Jenison's now going to have a man advantage. Let's see what they can do on this one. Doing a good job of cycling the ball around. Hudsonville still making it where they have to pass wing to wing. The weak side wing did a good job of arcing up, so she had a better angle to shoot. But a shot taken from the point and forgot to crunch her abs. And that one sails over the net. Ball going back Hudsonville way. Pass down to center. That's to Lanning. And a great save there by Brown. She tipped it out of the field of play. That'll be a 2-meter Hudsonville will retain possession. Pass down into center. They're back to a double stat offense. Ordinary foul. Zank passes it back to Feenstra. Long stretch pass over to Tuttle on the other wing. Kicks it up to Oosterbahn. Back over to Feenstra. She pumps fakes, looks in to shoot. Gets the pass down into Zank in center. Loses a handle on it. Still makes some moves. Shoots. Hits the crossbar, and Jenison's going to get the rebound. Long pass up the pool. She has a golden opportunity. That's number 10. Muir, and drawing a 5-meter. She got her defender on her back. Was getting up to shoot. And not a whole lot that number 11, Vandenberg, could have done about that one. She looked right away to Coach Ian Hewitt, seeing what could I have done there. Now shooting this 5-meter will be number 3, Coffee. There's the whistle, and buries that one in the back, and then putting the biscuit in the basket is number 3, Kylie Coffey. That's going to pull Jenison back within 1. .225 to go in this third period. Jenison now only trailing by 1. Our score is 6-5. They're doing a bit of a line sub right now, getting some girls some much-needed rest. And now Hudsonville is doing a little bit of an interesting something here. Slowing the ball up so they could get their offense fully set up. Okay, I like that. Now they're running this double center, but they're both kind of crowded in the center. Ball gets down to Landing. Loses a handle on it, and great crash defense there from Jenison. They're able to get the steal. Long stretch pass up the pool. She's going to clear out to give way for another driver. Some are coming, but they're not driving ball side. Now here comes a ball side driver, but great help. Ordinary foul well outside 6. She can shoot. Is she gonna? Nope, she kicks it out, and now gets a drive going. Eight seconds to go on the shot clock. Jenison's looking for more passes than they are shots. Some Hudsonville players are already leaving. Long lob shot taken, way off the mark, and that one's going to be out of the field of play. Turnover, Hudsonville ball. Ooh, good position right now for number 11, Vandenberg. Ooh, cut back a little bit and just draws the ordinary instead of a kick out. Great pass to number 2, Tuttle. She tries to catch it she tries to shoot it mid-catch, but great defensive help there from the Wildcats. Are able to force a turnover on that. They smacked the ball right out of her hands. With 1:07 to go in this quarter, Jenison has a great opportunity to tie it. They've got some momentum right now. But they're getting a little tired on offense here. We're not seeing as many drives as we did at the start of the game, and that was their bread and butter. Long pass down to center. She's a little wide open. Fights through the pressure. Oh, shoots, but shot it off her back. That was a great move in center by number 3, Kylie Coffey. She made a nice move on her defender, but shot it off her back and sailed it over the net. Now wide open down in hole is Feenstra. Makes a spin around a defender and able to draw the 5-meter. She got in great offensive position, was fouled over her back, and because she was a scoring threat that close to the goal, that's a 5-meter all day, every day. Shooting this one will be no one other than Addie Lanning. Skip shot back of the net, goal. Wow. I mean, her 5 meters are just clinical. We had a rare. It probably was, you could count on one hand the amount of 5 meters she's missed this season, I would assume. Unfortunately, she gets stopped by one today, but I mean, you can just see with those 5-meter shots that she's taking, they are instantaneous from her hand to the back of the net. There is so much power on that thing. 27 seconds to go in this quarter. Long pass down to center. Looking to make a move. She gets fouled in center. Kicks it out to the point, excuse me. Back into center. Another ordinary foul. Looking to get it to a driver. The drivers haven't been going ball side recently for Jenison. And now a kick out's coming on Feenstra. That one's away from the play. Oh. Ball's called out of the pool. Must have been a bit of confusion on who the kick out was on, but now a timeout's going to be taken by the Wildcats. So with 16 seconds to go in this third period, Jenison trailing by 2. They have a man advantage. They have the rest of the the rest of this quarter to finish this offensive possession out, but Coach Spencer Sanders is going to take a timeout. And we're going to see what play he draws up for this Wildcat squad. Keep here on the Biscuit in the Basket YouTube network. We'll be back. All right, welcome back, everyone. We're fresh off this Jenison timeout. They have a man advantage. 10 seconds to go on the shot/game clock. Looking to pull this game back within one. They're going wing-to-wing passes. Quick shot, taken, shoot, and scores. Wow, wing-to-wing pass and went wing, 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 wing. And just getting landing off her hips. And a beautiful crush cage shot taken by Kylie Coffey. She's the queen right now of these buzzer beater shots. That pulls Jenison back within one. 3 seconds to go in this period 3. Lanninga has the ball. Let's see, she pops it. She's going to fire one. Just a bit off the mark, and that's going to end this quarter. So at the end of our third period, it is the Hudsonville Eagles 7-6 over the Jenison Wildcats. Keep it here on the Biscuit in the Basket YouTube Network. We'll be back for this final quarter of action. The players have made their way back into the water. We're getting set to start this final quarter of action. This game has been just crazy so far. Very back and forth. Great play from both teams. Right now, the Eagles have the upper hand over Jenison. They're up 7-6. The Wildcats have won the last 2 sprints. The Eagles won the first one. Let's see how this last one ends up. Winning the sprint, the Wildcats are going to take this one too, so they won 3. Pass quick down to center. That's to Coffey. Makes a nice move. She's inside 6, cannot shoot. Passes it up to a flat. They're running a good offensive umbrella, but they're so spread out, and nobody is even at 4 meters right now for them. Another pass down to Coffey in center. Looking to make a move. Gets fouled again. 8 seconds to go. She was out or inside 6, could not shoot that one. Now a quick lob shot is taken, cross cage. Not a bad look, but there wasn't a whole lot of power on that one, and reading that one perfectly was Lanninga. Fincher was pump faking. Got the ball down into center, to right into the hands of Lanning, and who's able to just put a phenomenal backhand on that one. The defender playing whole defense on her was all the way to the left side of Lanning's body, which means she was open for a perfect backhand shot, which is what she did. And it went right past the hands of Brown. Brown, who's been playing phenomenal this game in the goal. But when you're face-to-face with the ball and Lanning's the one shooting it, there's not much you can do about that. Coffey gets the ball quick in center, takes a quick shot, but that was dead center, and reading that one perfectly was Lanninga. Hudsonville now leads by 2. They're trying to make this a field goal lead. Fincher has the ball. She's swimming it up. She's pumping. Long pass over to the opposite side wing. Gets the ball down to a driver. Losing a handle on it, and ordinary foul. Kicks it up to the flat. Back down to the wing. That's Fincher looking for a shot. Fires one near side, hits the post, and then hits the end line. So that's going to be a turnover, Wildcat ball. Good ball movement there by the Eagles. The shot was just a little bit off the mark. The Wildcats offense is definitely a little bit more stagnant than it was in the first half. But now a long pass down into center. That's to Coffee. She goes for a backhand, and they're saying it was not tipped. Nice backhand, but it was off the mark. And now Hudsonville with a beautiful opportunity, but she was not trusting her arm enough to make that pass. And that was a pass along the whole pool. That's a hard pass to make for Lanninga. Now Hudsonville sets up this offense. They're running a 3-3 right now. Friedrich's got the ball on the wing. She was sliding her way up. And now they're calling inside 2 against the Eagles, so that's going to be a turnover ball going the other way. You can't sit inside 2 meter. And now a golden opportunity here for the Wildcats, but the pass was just a bit off the mark. And hustling her way over there is landing, so they're killing that little golden opportunity that the Wildcats have. 4:47 to go. Wildcats still trailing by 2. Long pass, a little bit too high. Up to the flat, looking to get it down into center. She does, passes a little far away. Center gets her hand on it, takes a lob shot off her back. She did a nice little step-out shoot, but when she stepped out, she spun and ended up on her back, so when she shot it, her only shot that she could do was basically a lob shot, and reading that one perfectly was Lanninga. When you step out like that, you want to tread up, get your body up, and just fire that one, snap your body, and fire that one in the back of the net. That's the best play you can do there. And a bad pass tipped into the hands of Brown. She swims that one to corral it. Jenison still looking to get on the board this quarter. And a contra foul was called away from the ball. Toto's going to pop it and try to swim away with it. But losing a handle on a turnover right back the other way. They're saying it looked like they were calling a ball under call. Quick shot taken by number 14 Wildcats. Hands in. Not a terrible shot. Oh, they're saying it was tipped out of bounds. Okay. They're saying Lanninga tipped it, so it'll be a 2 meter. Wildcats retain possession. A little bit of some miscommunications going on right now on this Eagles defense, but it seems like they've ironed that out. Bad pass could have been stolen. Kept it with the Wildcats. And Coffey was followed outside 6. She went for the shot, went for a cross-cage shot, but it was a little bit too high. She didn't crunch her abs enough, and now a timeout taken by Coach Ian Hewitt with 3:33 to go in this game. Hudsonville is leading Jenison 8-6. Ian Hewitt has been very animated on the side right now, so he's probably got some things to say to his squad. He's upset about some things he's seeing. He's telling them right now that we have to. This is a game they got to win. Obviously, they've already made it to states, but if you have that better seeding going into states, your path, your road to glory, if you will, is a whole lot easier. So let's see what play he gets drawn up from the 6-on, or no 6-on-5, no main advantage. It's just a regular even strength play, but with a timeout, so they'll probably have some fun play drawn up. Regardless, keep it here. We'll be back. There's the whistle. Our ball is put in play, and we're back in action here. Let's see what head coach Ian Hewitt drew up. It looks like they started at a 3-3 and then had a landing drive in, so now they're running their double set offense. It's still kind of a 3-3. They have an umbrella. It's just shifted a little. Now Feenstra has the ball up at the top. She had nobody on her because of that drop defense. She was able to slide up into that space, and we saw that from her earlier. Feenstra was given space up at the point, and instead of looking to make a pass or just shooting it from where she was, she slides up, takes that space, and when she recognized that her defender wasn't coming with her or coming up to her, she just got up and fired it and buried that one cross cage. That's going to put the Eagles up 9-6 with 3 minutes to go over Jenison. Jenison still scoreless in this quarter. Coffee gets the ball. She's driving down. Ordinary foul called. Kicks it out to the wing, looking to get the ball right back. But great pressure defense here from Zank. Gets an ordinary foul and then crashes down into center, so that pass couldn't make its way there. Now a long lob shot taken by number 10, Kendall Muir. But these shots that Jenison has been taking, almost every shot that they've taken recently has gone over the net, and that's because when they're shooting it, they're falling on their backs, which just makes the angle you have to shoot from so much harder. And oh, wow, what a great play there by number 2, Tuttle. Spin shot, shoots, and scores. Wow, she got the ball, and as she was catching the ball, she was already in a spin motion to get past her defender, and after she did that, it was a one-on-one with her and Brown. And Tuttle said, I like those odds, and was able to jam it in the back of the net. She went near side and low corner, which is never the highest percentage of a shot, but she made it work. And that's going to put Hudsonville up 10-6 with 2:32 to go in this game. The grass is looking greener right now for this Eagle squad. Ball down into center, kicks it out to the wing. Looking to shoot it, tries to go for a lob shot, but not a whole lot on it. Now that they're quite a bit, contra foul is called. They're calling for a submarine, and that'll be turnover, Jenison ball. It happens a lot, but you don't see that called too often, so that's always fun when you get to see it. Long pass over to the opposite side wing. Getting the pass down into a driver. She steps out, shoots, and all over her was Lanning, I believe. Yep. So great defense there by Lanning. Her driver got the ball, and giving her no space was Lanning. And when she went up for that shot, her hand was just knew exactly where that ball was going to go and was able to smack it down. 1:41 to go in this game. Ball down into center. That's to Lanning. She draws the kick out. That kick out will be on number 3, Coffee. Ball back down into center and a 5-meter. So Lanning, in about 12 seconds, real time, was able to draw a kick out and a 5-meter. And I'm going to guess she's going to be the one shooting this 5-meter too. She is. Fires it, and another save from Brown. That's 2 she saved this game against Lanning's 5 meters. Not that it hurts Hudsonville too much as they're up with 4 with 1:30 to go, but that's a definitely feel good for Brown that she's blocked 2 5 meters this game. Blocking 1 is already insane. Blocking 2 is next level. Long pass to a driver. This Jenison offense is slowed up now that they're not driving as much, but when they do drive, good things happen. 3 seconds to go on the shot clock. Going for a little dump opportunity or attempt, but it went right into the hands of Landing Gus, so probably the worst case scenario for a dump. And now Hudsonville is playing the waiting game on this one. They're slowing it up, just get the ball up past midpool. Now a long pass into center, so much for slowing it up. And firing a backhand. Great shot there by Lanning. She missiled a backhand, but it was a bit too high of an arcing one, and it went over the net and a little bit wide as well. Now with 42 seconds to go in this game, still trailing by 4, Jenison's going to call a timeout. And obviously, these games, they're high stakes, but they're not as high stakes as it was yesterday. So losing this game it doesn't mean your season's over. You still made it to states. It just means you're going to be fighting for the 3 seed instead of the 1 seed going into the state tournament. So now Coach Spencer Sanders is recouping his squad, saying, all right, this game might not have gone our way, but we still have another game to play today, so let's practice some stuff. Let's hash some things out. Because right now this Jenison squad, their offense is looking a lot more tired. Obviously, we're 42 seconds to go in this game, so they've played a whole lot of water polo already. But in the first half, we saw lots and lots of drives from this Jenison squad. It seemed like everybody was moving on offense. The people were moving more than the ball was, which, I mean, I was never a goalie, but I feel like I'd get dizzy from watching all of that. But now, from doing all of that on offense and having to go play defense against this Eagles team, they're a lot more tired, and we're only seeing about 1-2 drives, if they're lucky, on a offensive possession. So let's see what Coach Sanders has drawn up. I don't even know if he actually drew up a play for them. Maybe it was more of a, hey, take a breath. Let's do your thing right now on offense. Maybe he just wants to see what his squad is capable of doing on their own volition. See what play they run right now. A double drive right now going in. So they are running 2 center players. Post. Ordinary foul. Inside 6 can't shoot. And all over that one, but a little too aggressive with Zank. Nearly got the steal. Ball down into center. She steps out, looks for a shot. Shot it off her back, and that one goes over the goal. Nice move, but when you step out like that and you spin, you have to tread up, not tread backwards and fall down. Because when you're shooting it off your back, it's really hard to put a shot on target. And now Hudsonville, with 15 seconds to go in the game and the shot clock turned off, it looks like they're very content with just swimming this one out. Hudsonville leading 10-6 over the Wildcats, and they're just going to hold this one 3-2-1. That's the end of this ball game. So congratulations to the Hudsonville Eagles. You will be playing the winner of our next game at 2:15, I believe, is the time today, for first place in the West Side region. Jenison Wildcats obviously still made it to states. Very good. You'll be playing the loser of this next game for third place. That game will be at 1 o'clock later today. Our next game will be the Rockford Rams doing battle with the Grandville Bulldogs. So keep it here on the Biscuit in the Basket YouTube network. We'll be back with that action. Welcome back, everybody. We're getting set to start our second game of the day. Reminder, our last game, the Eagles got the win over the Jenison Wildcats. So the Eagles will be playing the winner of this game, which is the Rockford Rams versus the Grandville Bulldogs. And those two will be playing for the championship of the West Side region. That game will be at 2:15, I believe, if my eyes aren't deceiving me. There's the whistle. Our sprint is underway. Our sprinters are number 6, Aaliyah Garcia, and number 2, Avery Rotier. Winning the sprint is Rotier. Granville, head coached by Aubrey Scott. The Rams by Katie Sizemore. Rockford wasting no time getting the ball down in the center and floating its way into the back of the net. That's a goal. Credit that for number 6, Devin Fisher. She got the ball in center. They went 2 passes, ball right into center. Sweep shot, and that was a perfectly placed shot cross cage. It did dribble its way into the goal, but it was a goal nonetheless. So that puts Rockford up with an early lead, 1-0 over the Bulldogs. And another quick backhand taken, this time by the Bulldogs, number 8. Yeah, that was number 18, Lauren Graverson. We're going to see a lot from her today offensively. She was their spark yesterday. Rockford doing a good job of cycling the ball around. Long shot taken from the point. Forgot to crunch her abs. That one sailed about 20 feet above the net. Maybe not the shot you want to take. Well, it was a good shot to take. Just the execution of it was not the best. Pass down into center. And a nice steal there. Credit that number 13, Zanstra. Pawed that one out of the hands of Graverson. Kicks it over to Fisher. Back to Zanstra. Out to the wing. That's somebody. Back to Zanstra, who's driving in, shoots, and scores. Great play there. Zanstra got the steal, had the ball, was swimming it. Kicked it to Fisher. Got it back. Kicked it out to the wing. That was number 8, Shadur. And then got the ball right back, swam it right into the goalie's face, and just jammed it into the back of the net. That's going to put the Rams up 2-0 over the Bulldogs. Rams off to a blazing start right now. Pass down into center. That's to Garcia in center. She steps out, took a shot, but she shot it off her back, and she kind of did a little shot put motion. That's a recipe for shooting it over the cage. And the moves these people are making in center when they shoot it over the cage, they're good moves. It's just the position they end up with their body in. You got to take that extra step to tread up and then jam it down. Pass gets into Fisher. She's in center. Excuse me, that was Shadur. Now a long shot taken, tipped and into the back of the net. Shot was taken by number 7, Allie Sauer. And she fires it. And going for a field block was number 9, Dorn Bose. But she kind of tipped it and redirected it, which I think threw Adriana Allen off her game. And then that one found its way into the back of the net. So the Rockford Rams now have a field goal advantage over the Bulldogs. Grandville doing a good job of moving the ball around. Ball gets down into the driver. That's Lewin. Kicks it up to Garcia. Back into center. Backhand shoots and scores. What a shot there by Lauren Graverson. She got the ball, and this Rockford defense is not one to be toyed with. So the second she got that ball, actually, she knew the shot she was taking as that pass was coming her way. It landed a little bit to her right, and the defender was mostly on her left. So that means she had a beautiful backhand opportunity, which is she took it, fired it right away, and that found its way into the back of the net past the hands of Walburn. That pulls Granville back within 2. Our score 3-1 with 4:33 to go left in this quarter. Bad pass and stolen by Aaliyah Garcia. Great defensive play there by her part. Long stretch pass up the pool. Kicks it up to the point, out to the wing. Looking to get it into center. She does to Graverson. Looking for another. She's going for a sweep shot that time. Couldn't quite get a handle on it. Gets ordinary fouled outside to Garcia. Fires a shot near side, but hits the post just a bit off the mark. She had a wide open near side. Walburn was ready for that sweep shot from Graverson. So when Garcia got the ball on the other side of the goal, she had a wide open near side, but just a bit off the mark and hit the post. Now the Rams wasting no time coming the other way. Gets the ball into Fisher in center. Backhand shoots and scores. Wow, she had a cross cage backhand. That was a perfect backhand. Those cross cage backhands are hard to do because you have to time them so perfectly if you want it to hit the corner. And she timed that one perfectly. I mean, it went right into the back corner. Great shot there by Fisher. That's going to put the Rams up by 3 yet again. Rockford 4, Granville 1. The hardest thing that the Granville Bulldogs are going to have to do in this game is just slowing the counter opportunities for these Rams. The shot taken, tipped, almost caught Walburn off guard, but she read it very well and was able to play it off that bounce. It hit the crossbar, and she saw where it was going after that. Now a long pass up the pool, counter opportunity for Rockford. What was I just talking about? Now she's got a driver going into center, decides to hold it on wing and let the offense set up. Now a driver's coming. That's number 8, Shadur. Gets it down to her, kicks it right back out. She didn't like the look she had. Kicks it up to the point. Long shot taken, shoots and scores. Wow, what a shot there by Sauer. She got the ball up at the point, and Grandville was running a big drop because there were so many drives that so many defenders ended up in that little middle congregation right around center. And so Sauer was all by her lonesome at point. She got up. She didn't even take the space she was given. She just got up and buried that one cross cage in the back of the net. Great shot there. That's going to put the Rams up 5-1 over Granville. Granville doing a good job of moving the ball around, but a shot taken from the weak side wing on the weak side, and, well, that's not always the most pristine shot to take, but obviously a shot is better than no shot. Now a long pass into a driver. That's to number 2, Rotier. She kicks it back up to the flat. Didn't like her look. Shoots and scores. Wow, what a great play there. Rotier was driving. She drew 3 defenders to her, one of those being Devin Fisher's defender. So Rotier kicks the ball up to Devin Fisher, who's at about 5-6 meters on the left side post. She slides up a little bit, gets up, and fires that one cross cage into the back of the net. That's going to put the Rams up 6-1 with 2:24 to go in this first quarter. Good pressure defense here from the Rams. They're making it hard for these Bulldogs to get a pass off. Bad pass, almost tipped and stolen by number 13, Zanstra. She did tip it, but Grandville was able to retain possession. Now a pass down into center, but great center defense by Sauer. She was able to steal that one, swim right through it. Now long pass up the pool. Grandville loves their counters, and they have numbers. Ordinary foul. If she sees Fisher, she's wide open in center, gets the ball to her. It's a one-on-one with her and the goalie. Shoots and scores. Great play there. Devin Fisher saw a hole in the defense, swam right through it, and with that ordinary foul outside on the wing on Routier, she was able to just plop that one right into Fisher's hands, and it was a one-on-one with Fisher and Allen, and that's a matchup that the Rams like to see. Rams up 7-1 with 1:48 to go in this first period. Grandville, good job driving the ball around. Skip shot taken. It gets slightly past the hands of Walburn, but she was able to kill it. That was Graverson. She tried to do a skip shot cross cage, and it snuck under the hands of Walburn, but her arm killed it just enough because she did tip it, and she was able to corral it. Now long stretch pass up the pool. Rockford had a counter opportunity, but good job by the Granville to slow it up. But now another one. That's Routier. She could have cut in front of her defender there. She decides to slide out and give somebody else an opportunity in center. So now Fisher's down in center. She has a one-on-one. They're looking to get the ball over to her. They're just trying to work around Garcia's defense and center. Wow, great sweep shot there by Fisher, but a good save by Adriana Allen. She did, however, tip it out of the field of play, so that's going to be a 2-meter. Rockford wasted no time cycling the ball around. Long shot taken, shoots off the post. Rebound. Ooh, they're going to say ball undergoing the other way. So nice defensive play there to read that rebound. Number 8 on the Rams forcing that turn, or excuse me, on the Bulldogs, Lemon, to force that turnover. Long pass taken, trying to get it over to the wing, but just a bit off the mark, and that's going to be stolen by Rotier. 33 seconds to go in this first period. Rockford has 20 seconds on their shot clock. Pass down into center. That's to Fisher. Loses the handle on an ordinary foul. She's at about 4 meters. Has to pass, kicks it up to the post. Pump fake, shoots, and just a bit too high. She forgot to crunch her abs. Good look there for Perry, but she didn't crunch her abs enough or snap her wrist, or a combination of both. That one sailed above the goal. Now shot clock's turned off. 13 seconds to go in this quarter. The Bulldogs are playing for their last shot. Looking to get the ball down to center. She does. That's to Graverson. Loses the handle on it. Ordinary foul was called. 4 seconds. She was inside 6 meters. Can't shoot. Passes it out. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Ordinary foul. Well outside 6. She can shoot. That's about the only thing she can do. Gets a shot off a little bit too wide. It's going to hit the end line, and it's going to end the corner. So at the end of our first period, the Rams are above the Bulldogs. 7-1 is our score. Keep it here on the Biscuit in the Basket YouTube Network. We'll be back. All right, welcome back, everybody. We're getting ready to start this second quarter. Ooh, this is something I did forget about. Day 2 of regionals. They are our goal judges. So there's people to say if there's a goal or not. They also have a basket of water polo balls to throw in for 2 meters. So fun stuff here. An update on the east side of the state. At the end of the first game, it was Skyline over Pioneer 14-2. So Skyline will be playing for the championship over on the east side of the state. Ball is dropped, and the sprint is won by number 2, Avery Rotier. She's 2 for 2 so far. Grandville working their way up, Rockford working their way up the pool, wasting no time setting up their offense. They are so efficient in their offensive scheme now. Fisher's driving ball side. Ordinary foul kind of killed that drive opportunity. Long pass, trying to get the ball into Fisher, but great help defense there by the Bulldogs. They're going to get a steal. We'll credit that one to number 6, Aaliyah Garcia. And now a kick out in the transition away from the play. That'll be on number 8, Shadur. Long pass, almost a bad pass, intercepted. Grandville's going to keep possession. You can't have bad passes that lead to a turnover on a 6-on-5. These are times when you have to take advantage of this opportunity you've been given. Now a shot taken from the wing, and that's going to be easily saved by Walburn. Now a long pass going the other way. Fisher with an opportunity to score off that man advantage. She's fighting for position. All she slows up, turns away from her defender. Now with that one, obviously she's fighting for good position, but what you have to do is you have to just get up and do a breaststroke kick right in front of your defender to get them on your back. And that way you can get up and shoot and score, which is what would have happened. Or if you get fouled, then it's an instant 5-meter call. But if you spin away from the play, then you lose all of your advantageous position. I believe that's an exact quote I've heard from Josh Jackson one time. Thank you, Josh, for teaching me things. No seconds on that shot clock left. Grandville wasn't paying too much attention to it. So it's going to be a shot clock violation. Ball's going the other way. Fisher has an opportunity to do what I was just talking about. She's going to slow up again. Fights ordinary, gets an ordinary, passes it over to another driver who's wide open, shoots and scores. Great play there by Fisher to read that she had a number 13, Julie Zanstra, wide open on a drive. Zanstra had got past her defender. Fisher recognized that. She slid away to draw her defender away from Zanstra, so Zanstra had an even more wide open shot. Got the pass to Zanstra. Zanstra shredded up and buried it. And she did what what I've been saying we need to see more people doing when they get the ball down in center. Instead of falling on her back when she treaded up and shot that one, she got up and snapped, crunched her abs forward, and buried that one cross cage. And when you crunch your abs like that, you're getting so much more power on your shot. When you're shooting it from your back, you can't really get anything on it because your power is not coming from your arm, it's coming from your body. Now pass down to a driver, step out, shoot, and a good move there by number 11, Tessa Graverson, but just a bit too wide on her shot. She had a nice little step out and cross cage shot. Now a long pass up the pool, that's to number 10, Studinsky, but a good defensive stop there by the Bulldogs. Adriana Allen looking like a brick wall in the goal right now. Long step out shot taken. Hits the post. Walburn's going to corral it. Uncontested on the rebound. Pass up the pool. Studinsky's going to get the ball back. Long pass over. And a 5-meter is going to be called. Drawing that 5-meter will be Allie Sauer. The kick out will be on 18, I believe, Lauren Graverson. Well, not a kick out because she doesn't have to go to the box, but the 5-meter is called on her. Shooting this is going to be number 7, Sauer. There's the whistle. She fires. Back of the net, scores. Great shot there. Good job by Adriana Allen. She got big, and she had the whole center of the cage strapped down. But when those corners are hit on a 5, there's not a whole lot of goalie can do about it. So great shot there by Sauer. That's going to put the Rams up 9-1 over Grandville with 4:17 to go in this first quarter. Second quarter. Grandville's offense is looking a little stagnant right now. Taking a shot from the point. She was uncontested, but shot was just a little bit off the mark. Goes out of bounds. Rockford ball. They're looking for a counterattack opportunity. Some may say they're pretty good at doing that. Instead, they're going to choose to set up their offense. They're not running. They don't have anybody in center right now. Let's see who drives there. Looking like it's going to be number 9, Ella Perry. And from that, she was able to draw a kick out. But just a pass from flat to point and shooting that one is going to be number 9, Perry. So drawing the kick out and scoring the goal was Perry. So great play there on her end. That's going to get Rockford into the double digits. They're up 10-1 over Granville, 3:44 to go in this first half. Ordinary fouled outside 6 or inside 6. She has to pass. Gets it to Garcia on the flat. And great defensive play there by Fisher. She's going to force a ball under. Long pass. Rockford has an opportunity here. Cuts off her defender. That's going to be a kick out coming on number 15, Van Poppering. Drawing it was Zanstra. Gets it down to a driver. Now Zanstra's all by her lonesome. She can slide up and shoot this one. She has nobody between her and the goal, but instead chooses to pass it off. She gets the ball back. She's got to slide up and shoot it. And tipped, redirected into the back of the net. That shot looked like it was a little bit off the mark. Garcia goes to field block it, and that throws Adriana Allen way off her game. And that one tips cross cage and into the back of the net. That's going to put Rockford up by 10 now. But credit that goal to Zanstra. Grandville getting the pass down into center. That was to Graverson, and she had a good little backhand look, but it was shot too dead center and right into the chest of Walburn. Ball going the other way. And a bad pass stolen by Granville, but another bad pass stolen right back by the Rams. Pass gets down into Rakowitz in center. She kicks it out. And now a kick out's coming. That's going to be on number 7 away from the play. Frigmansky. Shot taken, and Allen's going to get a fingertip on it and block that one. Nice save by Allen. She had a good lunge to block that one. So good job by the Bulldogs to kill off that man advantage for the Rams. 2:07 to go in this second period, first half. Grandville's taking their sweet time to get up the pool. They just have their offense set up now with 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Pass gets down to Graverson in center, tries to get on it, or tries to get a sweep shot, but all over her is this Rams defense. They're pressing everywhere, but by the time that pass gets down into center, they're such a quick team that they have cover already. So they don't have to run a drop defense because they're so quick. They can press everywhere. And once that ball gets to center, then they can drop. Now pass gets down into center, shoots and scores. Great play there by Avery Rotier. She got the pass in center, steps out, got as big as she possibly could have, and just jams it cross cage in the back of the net. That's going to put the Rams up 12-1 with 1:36 to go. Grandville makes a bad pass down into center, and that's going to be stolen. Credit that steal to number 10, Sudinsky. Long, bad pass stolen. Credit that one to Garcia. She read that pass well. So Grandville has the ball, 1:08 to go. They're trailing by 11. Just trying to close the gap in this lead right now. They have a 2-on-1 advantage. Swimming her way all the way to the goal. Loses a handle on it, shoots, and saved by Walburn. Dornbose had a good look, but she just couldn't get enough power on that shot. Rockford with a golden opportunity right now. That's Rakowitz. Takes a shot, but just a little bit off the mark. She tried to jam that one near side on that one. She stepped up good, but tried to push it near side, and that's right where Allen was. You got to fall over your hips and go cross cage on that shot. It's a little bit awkward to do, but when you execute it, it's impossible to block. 19 seconds to go in this quarter. Bad pass nearly intercepted. Grandville keeps possession. And a kick out's coming. That's going to be a fresh shot clock. 13 seconds to go. Grandville doesn't have to force a shot because if they win the sprint and the kick out's still active, they'll start with a 6-on-5 next quarter. Not that there'll be a lot of time on it, but a bad pass and great defensive play there by Devin Fisher. A pass was coming, but Fisher was able to red button it and steal that one. So that will both get rid of the 6-on-5 advantage and kill off any opportunity the Bulldogs had of scoring. So at the end of our first half, it is the Rams over the Bulldogs, 12-1. Keep it here on the Biscuit in the Basket YouTube network. We'll be back. Was 14-2 Skyline over Pioneer. So the Skyline will be playing the winner of this Chelsea Seaholm game for first place in the East Side. And with with Hudsonville winning the first game earlier today against Jenison, it'll be the Eagles versus the winner of this game. Right now, all signs are pointing towards the Rams. Sprint will be won by number 5 on the Rams, Bonker. Devin Fisher lost the handle on for a second, but got the ball back. Passed it to Shadur, who also lost her handle on it. And now Garcia with a counter opportunity going the other way. She's got to cut her defender off. It was a good defensive play by Fisher. A great defensive play by Fisher to smack the ball out of Garcia's hand, but Garcia is able to get it back. Kicks it out to the flat. Takes a long shot, but Walburn read that one very well. She was all over it. Ball going back the Rams' way. Great job by the Rams defense to kill off that counter opportunity that the Bulldogs had. Trying to get it passed down in the center. That's to Rotier. She tries to cut in front of her defender. Couldn't quite get the angle she wanted. Passes it up to the point. Point tries to get it. They were running a bit of a double set right there, but a bad pass tipped into the hands of Allen. Granville's going to get the ball back. Pass up to Aaliyah Garcia. She didn't see it coming. Fisher's going to jump in front of that and take it the other way. Now they've got a counter opportunity. They have numbers. Passes it off to number 5, Bonker. She's taking it. Good job, though, by Van Poppering to kill off that drive opportunity that she had. Cycles it down to the strong side wing. She has nobody between her and the goal. Pump fake, shoots, and scores. Drilled that one near side. Allen was kind of cross-cage from where the ball was previously. She didn't have enough time to make her way over. So that way, number 8, Shadur had a wide open shot on the strong side wing. She pumped and one shot into the back of the net. That's going to put the Rams up 13-1 over Grandville. 3:38 to go in this third period. Grandville's got their offense set up right now. One drive coming, but she's driving away from ball side, which doesn't really help get a pass down in there. They're doing a good job of cycling it up around the perimeter. It looks like she's just going to step up and shoot this one. Draws the foul. Ooh, a little bailout foul there. The ball's behind her. She doesn't see it. That's number 10, Boma. Passes it away. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Someone's got to shoot it. Long shot taken in the hands of Garcia, but a shot clock violation. And it's going to be a turnover, ball going the other way. Ooh, Rams have numbers. That pass goes into the driver. Number 9, Perry. Whole lot of crash defense, and they were able to force a ball under. Good turnover there, forced by the Bulldogs. We'll credit that one to Graverson. And now the other Graverson takes a shot from about 4 or 5 meters, but just a bit wide. She was trying to go for cross cage, which was obviously always a great shot, but it was a little too cross and hit the post. Rams have the ball, 2:33 to go. Now a kick out coming from the center defender. That's on number 15, Van Poppering. And quick one pass shot taken, scored by Avery Rotier. Great play there. That was a wing-to-wing pass from number 9, Ella Perry, to Avery Rotier. And Rotier on the strong side wing. Because that ball was started on the weak side wing, that's where Adriana Allen was posted up. She was trying to block that near side shot. So when the pass came to that other wing, that near side for Rotier was wide open, and she was able to just bury that one in the back of the net with uncontested. That puts the Rams up 14-1 over Grandville. Step out, taking shot, and hits the post, almost hits a Walburn in the head and finds its way into the back of the net, but just a little bit away. So a nice shot taken there, but a great defensive play by the post. Just prevent that one from going in. Pass gets down into center. Lost her handle on it, has to kick it out to a different driver. That's to number 10, Sudinsky, who steps out, shoots, cross cage, and scores. Great move there. Originally getting the ball in center was Rakowitz. She saw Studinsky had a wide open driving opportunity, kicks it over to her. Studinsky puts the brakes on crazy to get separation with the defender, treads up and buries that one cross cage. That gets the Rams up to 15. Grandville just trying to close this gap right now, but an offensive foul is called, probably in center for a bit of a push-off or a headbutt. Kind of looked like it could have been either of those two. Rockford taking time to slow up, but a great defensive play there by Lauren Graverson, number 18. She's able to swim through the hands of Rakowitz and swim through the ball to get a nice steal. Pass down into the center. That's Garcia. Lost her handle on it. Kicks it back out to the wing. Looking to get the ball back into center. Nope. Kicks it up to a flat. 5 seconds to go on the shot clock. Ordinary foul is called. She's at about 9 meters. She's going to fire one, but dead center right into the hands of Walburn. Ooh, they had a bit of an opportunity, and Walburn eyes lit up. She was trying to get it down to number 13, Zanstra, who was driving. But that would have been a very tough pass to make. But now Zanstra's going to get the ball in center and a little too aggressive on defense. It's going to be a kick out on number 11, Graverson. Rams with a man advantage, 29 seconds to go in the quarter, 24 seconds on the shot clock. For all practical purposes, they're playing for the last shot. Doing a great job of cycling the ball around, keeping it dry. Shot taken, hits the crossbar. Rebound is, they're going to say a contra foul is called. I couldn't quite see what for, but Grandville's going to get the ball with 11 seconds to go in this third period. They're playing for the final shot. Right now trailing by 2 touchdowns and 2 extra points. Ooh, gets up to take a shot but lost a handle on it, and that's going to kill this quarter. So right now to end the third period, our score is 15-1. Rockford over Granville. Keep it here on the Biscuit in the Basket YouTube network. We'll be back with this final quarter. Welcome back, everyone. We're ready to start this fourth and final quarter of this matchup between the Rockford Rams versus the Granville Bulldogs. The sprint is underway, and winning the sprint Ooh, Aaliyah Garcia got her hand on it, but she tipped it out of the field of play, so that's going to be a turnover. Ball goes to the Rams. So the Rams get a clean sweep on the sprints. Long shot taken, which was, for all practical purposes, a pass to Adriana Allen. Long pass over to a driver, but great defensive play there. We'll credit that. Steal number 16, Logan, was able to force, or no, excuse me. No, actually, I don't have a number 16. Maybe my eyes just aren't working. Nope, that is 16. So I don't know necessarily who that is. Oh, Cora Cook was able to force a ball under on that one. Ooh. My camera decided to not switch. Now a long pass up to Garcia. Grandville has numbers if they hurry. Garcia had all the space in the world to take, but she decides to post up and fire a shot on that one. With all that space she was given and a defender on her trail, you just got to keep swimming right up into the face of Walbred. You can swim it into the goal if you have to. I'd give you bonus points if you do. Our aquatics director back at East Kentwood had to deal with anybody. If you were to swim the ball into the net, he'd buy you a free lunch because it's just that cool to do. Now a bad pass stolen by Garcia. I did never get that free lunch. But now with a golden opportunity here to do the same thing was number 11, Tessa Graverson. But she was instead drawing the 5 meter as her defender got up on her back. Shooting this 5 meter is going to be number 18. I'm assuming that's her sister, Lauren Graverson. She gets up, fires this one back of the net. Perfectly top left corner. Walburn's a great goalie, but still nothing she can do about that one. That doubles Grandville's score for the game. Our score with 3:30 to go in this game is 15-2. The Rams over Grandville. Long pass up to the wing. Looking to get the ball into center. They're going to cycle it around right now. They've still got a whole lot of movement on offense. This Rams team doesn't look tired at all. Ordinary foul in center. Everyone's pressing right now. Devin Fisher's driving. It was away from the ball, so a not ball side drive. Makes it a little bit harder to get the pass down to her. Pass goes up to a flat. Looking to get the ball into Fisher in center. She's got a one-on-one. Does a nifty little hook shot almost, but not a whole lot on it, and that one went right into the hands of Allen, but I like the look. Long pass down into center to Graverson. She tries to get a little backhand opportunity. It ends up being a pretty good pass for number 16, Logan, but a good defensive play, and Allie Walburn's just going to be able to swim through that ball. And now a timeout's taken by the Rams. 2:39 to go. Let's see. Oh, she just called that timeout so they can get a full line sub in. Coach Katie Sizemore called that timeout. The Rams are going to swap everybody out, even the goalie. We have a new goalie coming in, Morgan Lefebvre. And, yeah, Coach Sizemore is right now just getting an opportunity for everybody to get some minutes in. And the Rams don't obviously need to keep the pressure going. They have this game, for all practical purposes, secured. I don't think I've ever seen a 13-point comeback in 2 minutes. Unless maybe you're the Pacers game 1. And a bad pass quickly stolen by the Bulldogs. Aaliyah Garcia's off to the races. She's zooming her way down the pool. Gets up, shoots, hits the crossbar. Good look on a shot, but just couldn't push it up a little bit too much. The Rams making their way up the pool now. With their starters being out, their offensive counterattacks aren't as crisp, but they're still very good, and they still have great movement to get this offense set up. Quick shot taken from the weak side wing, but obviously going near side on the weak side wing shot. Adriana Allen was all over that one. I believe I just got an update on our 6-5. Chelsea is on top over Seaholm after the third quarter. Pass down into center, and our kickout's coming. That's going to be on number 15, Olivia Cook. Grandville with another opportunity to score right now to pull this game within a 5-1 ratio score-wise. Long shot taken from a wing who was kind of slid up into a better position, so they had a better angle for a shot, but not a whole lot on it, and an easy save corral there by Morgan Lefebvre. But a bad pass leads to a quick steal. Credit that, number 11, Tessa Graverson. Long pass down into center, and a kickout's coming. This kickout's going to be now on number 12, Ellie Gleason, excuse me. Pass down into Garcia at the point. She tries to go near side with her shot. Her cross cage shot was being kind of blocked by her defender, and reading that was the Ferv. And she was able to put the stop on that one. Now we have 37 seconds to go in this game. The Rams are going to slowly get the ball up the pool. There's about a 20-ish second differential between our shot clock and game clock, about 17 seconds. Pass down to a driver. She's got a good look. She hits a turn, spin again. And that's going to be a shot clock violation. And ball's going the other way. 18 seconds to go in this game. Grandville can play for the final shot. Right now, because they still have one more game to play, it'll be against the Wildcats at 1 o'clock today. Their day isn't over. They've still got to hash some things out on offense. Oh, a great move there. Almost got the save, but a good offensive move by Lauren Graverson. She had a little spin move on her defender, got up and jammed it right into the face of Morgan Lefebvre, who, to her credit, got a hand on it, but it wasn't quite enough to get the stop. And so with 3 seconds to go, the goalie's going to pop it. That's going to let the clock expire. And so congratulations to the Rockford Rams for this win, 15-3 over the Grandville Bulldogs. So now our matchup is set for the rest of today. At 1 o'clock for third place, it will be the Jenison Wildcats versus the Grandville Bulldogs. And for our championship of the West Side region, it'll be the Rockford Rams doing battle with the Hudsonville Eagles. That game will take place at 2:15. On the east side of the state, it is right now looking like it'll be Chelsea versus Skyline for the championship, and fighting for third place will be Ann Arbor Pioneer versus Seaholm. Now, as a reminder, two things actually. One, you can watch the East Side Regionals. There's a link in the description of this video for Biscuit in the Basket 2, where Joey Sutherland, Mr. Biscuit in the Basket himself, has the call. And also, for the two games today, for the championship game and the third place game, those will be on a separate stream. So I will be ending this stream, but on our channel, you'll still be able to find the games for the first place and third place. With that being said, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you guys later in about an hour and a half or so. So, yeah. See you later.